Greetings, slackers. It is Memorial Day, May 30th, 2016, and I found an article I wanted to share with you. It's kind of funny. On themirror.co.uk, excited man goes to meet two women for threesome, but it doesn't go to plan. Kyle Common's story is a disturbing lesson on why you should be careful who you go to meet on dating apps. This is by John Shamus. It goes on to say here, a dating app user could not wait when he was invited to meet two women for a threesome. But unfortunately for Kyle Common, 26 from Newcastle, things did not go to plan. Using the app Plenty of Fish, Kyle received a message from a woman. She asked him to meet up and to bring one of his pals along to her house to go on a sort of double date with her and her cousin. The only problem is that he had no one to bring. But the woman told him not to worry and that her cousin would be up for a threesome if she had enough to drink. On his way to the house, he stopped off to buy a bottle of vodka. He then gets to the house and things start to feel wrong. And look at this picture. Ugh. Ugh. He told Mirror Online, quote, "It was my long life dream to have a threesome. The taxi driver was laughing his head off on the way, calling us a legend. I seen these two women outside all dolled up. I get the lift to this flat. It immediately smells like cat shh. You'd think every homeless person in Newcastle lived in this place. There was a bed at the end of the room that looked like someone had just given birth on it." Speaking to the Lad Bible, he said, quote, "I walk into this flat and immediately smell cat shh. I closed the door and walked upstairs to the living room. It was effing disgusting. Kyle said the room was covered in rubbish. There were plates down the side of the sofa, flies flying about like they were auditioning for the Ring 3, and a single bed at the end of the room that looked like it was used to give birth on. He added, I pretend like this stuff doesn't affect me, and I make a joke, and we have a little laugh. I asked him to sort some drinks out while I go to the toilet, but before I left, I noticed one of the girls grab a cup from underneath the sofa to pour the vodka in. Ugh, look at that restroom, man. That is disgusting. Disgusting. Then things got really bad. He enters the bathroom and couldn't believe the state of the place, prompting him to take photos. Alarmed, Kyle pretended that his brother was on his way and made a break for it when he lied and pretended to go and collect him from outside. I effing legged it, he said. Found a taxi driver hero, and he took me home laughing his off. It goes to show lads need to be careful who they meet on dating websites. It's not just women who need to be wary, it's men too. You never know who you're meeting online. Man, you know, what would you do in that situation? You know, if you were him, would you have left, or would you have kind of, you know, pretend that this mess and this disgusting filth wasn't, you know, all over the place and went through with it, you know, because I know guys who, you know, are on both sides of the coin on this one, but what about you? And that's another thing, too. If you are meeting women off these dating sites and you happen to go back to their house, check it out. Scope the bathroom. I mean, look around. I mean, you know, usually, or at least in my case, a lot of women have been clean, and that's been a great thing. But sometimes you'll go over and the place is a damn mess. I know exactly what he's talking about here when he says, you know, the place smell like cats. Some people have pets and they just let their pets, you know, go all over the place, don't even clean it up. And then, you know, they're trying to cook for you. And it's like, oh, no. I don't eat out of no one's house until I see their kitchen. And you definitely shouldn't either if you value your health. But in this case, it looks like, you know, he used his brother as a means to get out of it. Smart of him, very smart, and get out of there. So kudos and points to him for doing the right thing and not going through with it and having some integrity. But like I said, back to you. What would you do? Anyways, it's going to do it for this article. I'll catch you in the next one.